We have a bonus read from one of our best-selling Reader's Choice authors. Allison Pataki is known for historical fiction novels inspired by bold women. Her latest book, It Girl, tells the story of perhaps the most famous woman at the turn of the 20th century who found herself at the center of an infamous murder. Allison Pataki joins us now. Allison, so great to see you.
So great to see you,
Right
too.
behind you is our Shelf of Fame and your last book that you were part of with us here at the book club was so wonderful to read. So I'm always so thrilled to take a look back and see Finding Margaret Fuller right there on our shelf.
Calvi. That was an incredible honor that I'm still floating from.
Our readers really loved it.
forever.
I really loved it. So, you know, with this book, we know so much about the It Girls of today.
Yes.
And she was the original.
Exactly. This book is inspired by Evelyn Nesbit, who was the original showgirl, the first self-made female pop culture icon at the dawn of the 20th century, who really had a hand in shaping this concept of mass media pop culture that we still have today, with young women being used to sell products and to be sort of the content that was filling the society pages and the tabloids and gossip. And so she rose to the top as this phenomenon in culture.
Wow, what a fabulous character to research. She was discovered in a Wanamaker's,
Yes.
which I love that
Yes,
detail because I
true.
remember going into Wanamaker's as a little girl and just being so awed by it all.
And she started as a shop girl in Wanamaker's. She was a penniless girl. She lost her father, tragedy struck, and she had to go to work at the age of 13 to provide for her family and her brother and her mother. And it's from there that she's identified by this artist, and she's plucked from obscurity and put in this position of becoming an artist's muse and a model. And she's treated like this woman and this breadwinner and this symbol, and yet she's really a girl.
How immersed did you become in her life through your research, through your writing? I know you get very close to your characters.
Yes. When these characters take up residence in my head and start to talk to me, and I describe it to my husband as, she's got her teeth in me, you know, she's got her hooks in me. I know I have been bitten by this story where this is my next leading lady. And what was so haunting and informative about this experience was having access to Evelyn's own words. So she wrote multiple memoirs later in life with retrospective hindsight, which was fascinating to hear her describe these moments with the ambivalence and the complexity, and having her voice made this story accessible to me.
I didn't realize she had such a place in history. I mean,
Yes.
like everywhere you looked,
Yes.
her face
Yes.
was, whether in stained glass or whether in a painting or just whether in any publication. I mean, it was
Exactly.
kind of stunning.
She was known as the Gibson girl. So if you've ever worn your hair in a ponytail, you have Evelyn to thank. Charles Dana Gibson, this iconic artist at the dawn of the 20th century, would paint women in black and white doing things like washing their hands or walking in the park, sort of just these daily activities. But these women were the prototypical paragons of femininity and excellence. And he drew Evelyn in profile with her ponytail as a question mark. And he labeled it Woman, the Eternal Question. And that became sort of the iconic image of the era. And so she became, you know, this household name. Women wanted to be like her, men wanted her. And the irony is that she was, you know, Woman, the Eternal Question. She was really a girl. She was in her teens.
Yeah, that was stunning to me,
Yes.
really. And then being involved with this crime of the century, too.
Yes,
And
yes.
there was such blame on her.
Yes.
You know, and you really question that. I had to go back and look at the research just because I was so fascinated by her story.
Yes, it was such a huge story at the time, the crime of the century, where Evelyn was pulled into this love triangle and it became this huge murder mystery and it was mayhem. It was such a big deal at the time that President Teddy Roosevelt had to ask the papers to give her a break, give it a rest, stop writing about it, because she was truly being hunted.
Allison, so good to talk to you.
Thank you,
really, thank you
Mary.
again for this. It's such a gift to be able to read your writing again. And you can read an excerpt of It Girl and get the book at clubcalvi.com.